is not, there is also a recession here and gathering momentum around the world. A synchronized global recession. We've never had anything quite like it before. But the solutions to that synchronized global recession, that is, it's taking place in almost all countries simultaneously, is what the economists call a stimulus, and that's a boring word, but what it means is that normal rule books are kind of set aside, and the role of government in spending money to prime the pump and get the economy moving again, it is very enhanced by these circumstances. And I want to come back to that. But that's the first crisis. A lot of money on it. But they looked ahead and they saw that 10 years or 20 years out, the world was going to be ready to demand a much more efficient automobile. It's not my purpose here to give you an advertisement for the Prius. There are a lot of great hybrids and low mileage cars. But my point is about the same question, the same point you're making. Corporate leaders cannot discharge their responsibilities to our country and to the workforce if they're just looking at these 90-day short-term profit figures. And now, you've heard the saying, there's nothing so powerful as an idea whose time has come. That's true. But there's another powerful thing, an assumption whose time has passed. If you're basing a lot of investment or a lot of actions on an assumption that suddenly proves to be done, wrong, obsolete, then you can be caught with real bad investments or bad decisions. We've got trillions of dollars of subprime carbon assets out there in the world economy today, based on the assumption, their value is based on the assumption that it's perfectly all right to put 70 million tons of global warming pollution up there every 24 hours. It's not all right. It's not all right. It's destroying our planet. And so companies that make these short-term decisions based on continuing things as they have always been, some of them are going to run into a brick wall. But companies that plan ahead and look for how they can build the skills of their workforce and do all the things that are really important for the long-term success of the business, including the quality of the products, they're the ones that will have sustainable jobs. So yes, there are things we can do in changing the laws and the accounting principles to put value on these longer-term decisions. And I'm optimistic that this administration is going to do this. But we all have a role to play, because short-term thinking is a serious problem across the board. The TV companies look at the sweepstakes. Too many of the politicians look at the overnight public opinion polls. And think about Barack Obama.